Hey everyone, this is Mr. Everything, and I wanted to do just kind of a straight up speed test of a T-Mobile home internet. This is for my situation. I guess the first thing I'll talk about is the connection quality, which that doesn't matter too much. I think as long as you get 3 bars or more, I'd say that's pretty solid. But for the purpose of this test, you can see where I'm starting at here. If I go outside, I can get 5 bars, and there's not enough of a difference to matter. I mean, I don't see that the results are much different, but you can see here that's a pretty good signal there for LTE. And then the 5G is not as good, but it's probably not going to reach as well as the LTE can. But that I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's a good connection overall. Okay, so for just a little more clarification, you should be able to tell that signal is no issue with me. If you can see right here, that I believe is my local tower. So I almost have a direct line of sight. I'm like kind of like going this way, and then I am in a brick apartment, but again, that's probably a mile and a half, maybe 2 miles away. So the signal issue for me, that's not any problem. But let me just go ahead and I have fast up. I like to use that one too, but I'm gonna go speed test here. The server's about as close to me as I can get, and you can see already good but not great. And I'm doing this test at noon, so the network shouldn't be too, congested right now. But I'll run a couple of these. And you can see these numbers for $50 a month. To me, this is acceptable, but it's not 5G. It's not what I would consider, the greatest 5G network. It's not what I'd consider game changing. But I believe since this is a new service, it's going to get better. So I'll just go ahead as I'm talking, run a couple more of these. One thing I want to say, I've had this service for about 3 months now, and that's why I'm making this video, is for some reason my speeds have gotten significantly lower. In the daytime, I would get 70 to 80 download easily. Now you can see it's usually 40 to 50. And again, I'll do a fast test too. It's a little different. My uploads were 20 to 30. They're significantly lower. And my ping was the best I could ever get. I drove, and again, I did a video with that, but I actually drove to the tower, and I could never get better than 19 milliseconds ping. And you can see my ping now is usually 50 to 60. For a while it was at 100, so not exactly ideal, but again, compared to paying $100 for DSL, 7 megabits download, 0.7 upload, 40 millisecond ping, but stable because it never moved. Still worth it. I'm just hoping that this T-Mobile's network improves. And I know these are actually kind of more of the outlier cases. A lot of people say they get 300-400 download and better ping. So I'm hoping that I'll get that very soon. Verizon's also an option for my area, so I may be wanting to test them out. So it looks like, I don't know if I can delete these. Or actually, no, okay, there's the whole list. And I kind of like doing it on the desk, like on the Mac OS, but with this app because it doesn't show your IP. So again, you can see here what I was saying. This is a much better speed. And this was the same network, same thing. This was one of the better ones. That was probably at night. I don't know if it shows the time, but I believe I did that one probably at night. But again, that was a very acceptable ping. And then this one, you can see it says Verizon. This is my old DSL, which I don't have anymore. So the ping, was always consistent, but that jitter is not good. But I'm going to leave that there. So you can see today, though, the ping has tripled. The speeds have gone down all across the board compared to, so I'm not sure. The best I can assume is just since this service has become available, that maybe more people have gotten it in my area, and it's congesting the tower. I did contact, you have to call with the home internet division, and I don't know if it was an engineer or just another customer service rep that left me a voicemail, and that's why I still have it. They said that there was a new tower coming, But to me, I'm not sure what that would lie, since I'm very close to the tower. So unless it's just an improvement, or because a closer tower won't do it if the capabilities of the network would need to be improved, from what I could understand, because I don't think it's a signal issue. These numbers are pretty low right now also. Usually fast gives me higher, but and their tests take much longer, at least for the upload. But and it also shows the loaded ping. Although I do believe that the mobile speed test app on your phone and iPad shows loaded ping now as well. So I'll run one more of these. So again, this is still more than enough to get the job done, but especially I experienced deprioritization around 7 to 9 o'clock. And when I get down to like 10 megabits, then that kind of, you can still do things, but the ping goes up and it makes it harder to stream TV or anything like that. So I think that's still a good service, but I think that's kind of good that I'm in more of a suburban area, I guess. We're not like a giant city, but we're not like out in the middle of nowhere either. And I do think that actually T-Mobile's focus was on rural areas first, so maybe they're getting like upgraded towers or upgraded cells or whatever they're called. And maybe with here, they're just kind of using what they already had in place, and that new tower upgrade they were telling me about, maybe that'll. Because I'd like to see like, 2 to 300 download, and then during the deprioritization, maybe at least 50. Because then you can still do 4K, you can still game. And then the ping's the biggest thing for gaming, but that's kind of all I wanted for this video, was just to show my speeds. I'm going to do a review. I've done a lot of videos. If you want more in depth on the speeds, I did a video very in depth on comparing the DSL to this, and that was when this service was giving me better speeds. And I am using just the wireless because I figure I could plug in, but I'd rather do it how I'm sure most people are just going to plug direct, or set it up and not want to plug anything into it, just use it the way they designed it. And in my situation, I'm probably about not even 10 feet away from the gateway, so I'm getting 100% signal strength. So I'm not going to say it's any of that, it's just the network. So my suggestion is just be aware that as their network and people continue to grow with this service, it may slow down, it may improve. That may be what it takes, more people congesting it and then they improve it. I don't know. So if you have a good internet, maybe just try this. Don't give up your other one yet. If you have DSL or you have satellite or you don't have internet at all, then you can still see that for $50 you're still getting a very acceptable speed. I'll link some other videos that you may find helpful on this topic. Otherwise, let me know what your speeds are. And I've only had this for 3 months, so I know some people said after like 6 they had a huge improvement. And I have yet to hear anyone that said like their service got worse over time. So let me know if you can, or if you have some questions for me, I'll try and help. Thank you for watching, and you'll see me in the next one. Have a good one.